When was the last time you sailed down the river which brings us life?
Oh my goodness, that's just a metaphor. I have never sailed down that river. I guess I should.
But like Singapore is always under construction. Like I live in Novena and it's just like perpetual construction, right? Singapore's
Yeah,
always getting a facelift. So I'm curious, are there still places that when you go still takes you back to how Singapore used to look like or still used to feel like?
wow, everywhere I go, I'm reminded of how it was when I was a kid. And I go down the street and I say, oh my goodness, this used to be that, this used to be that. Even Orchard Road,
Yeah.
Orchard Road was where in the 70s we hung out there. That was like everybody was there. And it was so different. There was so much there. The nightlife was centered there. Can you believe it? Oh, this was the place we used to hang out, and there was a club here, and there was this shop there and that shop. So it's practically everywhere that I used to go.
I was standing outside of Ion and I was trying to remember like in the 90s it was just a field.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And earlier than that, there was a police station.
Are you serious? In Orchard?
Yeah, yeah. In maybe in the 70s, and that corner there's a police station.
I did not realize this, but your name is not Dick Lee. Your name is Richard.
Yeah,
Richard Lee Peng Boon. So
right.
when was the last time someone called you Richard?
Oh my goodness. Okay, in a hospital. Because when they call your name, they call your IC name. And I sometimes like, was it Richard Lee? And then I just like didn't hear. I just who's that? Dick is the short form for Richard. Rick, Dick, Ricky, Dicky, Richie, all Richard.
I did not know that.
Yeah, and I was named after my uncle, my grand uncle. His name was Dick Lee. Yeah, my parents named me after him, so they can't put that in the in the birth certificate, so they put Richard. I mean, which is the full form of Dick. So I was
Okay.
Dickie. I was Dickie to my granny, and I was Richard all the way until I was 16 years old because that's when I left school. So in school, I was known as Richard. So my old schoolmates will think of me as Richard Lee. Richard, yeah.
Wow. Okay, this is the part where I just acknowledge how good you look at like
Oh,
10 in the
thank you.
morning. You just got like,
I put on a shirt for you.
oh,
There's this filter which I love it. Are you using the filter? There's a zoom filter I'm trying for today. So it looks
I
good.
don't know what you're talking about. There's no such thing as filter. We actually just had the 20th anniversary of Singapore Idol.
That's right. Yeah. Can you believe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think a show
Really.
like that could work in 2024?
That time, it was a great boost for free-to-air TV when it came on because I think it brought audiences back and families were watching it, and that was quite a thing. I would love to do The Voice. Don't you think that would be so good here?
We need to do that. We need to bring
Yeah,
the
I think The
voice
Voice. I
here.
love The Voice. I watch it all the time, and I think that is a great format because it's the judges, that
Yeah.
yeah,
You get the chair turn.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. We all think that we're good, and now with all the platforms, you can just put your content out there, and you're never sure of how good you really are in your craft. I mean, like you have followers, but they may just think you're good looking, or they just follow you. It's just that all it takes is a click, right? But it doesn't tell you what they think about your music. Auditions, like competitions, they are the litmus test. They
Mm.
you get somebody commenting on what you're doing, and also you get an audience reaction. That's how I got started anyway. It gave me also the courage. It built my courage to perform on stage, in front of people. That was one thing, not just at home in my bedroom.
Mm. I'm genuinely curious, like Mariah Carey to Christmas. Do you get like mad royalties every time August rolls around?
Yeah, thanks to the government. I mean, it's a national song, yes, and it sort of belongs to the people, but actually, technically, it belongs to me. Because, I mean, in terms of publishing and all that, but I mean, people do sing it. I only sort of I'm against when they change the words,
Mm.
like, and they make it funny. Yeah, if you do it for private thing, but then sometimes they change the words to put it out. That is a no, I think. Yes, I do. I do get royalties still from it. Yeah.
Now, 35th anniversary,
Oh
35th
wow.
anniversary of the Mad Chinaman. And I have a funny story about this. I actually, when I first started collecting records, right, I went to JB and I think I found an original pressing of this,
Okay.
and and I sold it for $40, and then
Okay. How much is that now?
I think it's worth like $800.
But this is the new one, right?
Yes, this is the new one. So this is at Retro Crates, right? And I was speaking to the owner of Retro Crates, Celia, and she worked very closely with you on this, right? I heard that there were the archives for this record was lost. They had to like take a photo of an old record even for the artwork.
That's right. Yeah, there was a fire that destroyed all the master tapes, all those albums of that period. So luckily I have, well, I have the vinyls and I converted them, I digitized them. The whole everything is like back to me, I guess. To mark my 50th anniversary, I have put all my entire catalog on YouTube. On YouTube for now. Some of them are going to go on Spotify. Those that have clear copies, clear audio
Mm.
copies, those that were released in the 90s, we have digital copies. But if you go on YouTube, you will see all my albums. They're all out already. Every week I've been putting out a bunch. Yeah.
Okay, which brings us to the 50th anniversary concert.
Yeah.
Are you gonna feel like you're 17 on stage again?
Well, certainly reliving those days. Yeah, that's how it all started for me. It's going to be a very cozy walk through the last 50 years. It's a solo show, so it's just me and my story, and my songs, playing the piano, and sharing 80s TV clips I've digitized, rare footage of things and photographs and everything. So it's going to be it's quite special.
Not just for you, I think for your audience as well. You know, when I shared about the Matt Chinaman re-release, I got messages of people saying I'm gonna go buy the vinyl of it because I remember having
Wow.
it on cassette.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people were kids, when the album came out. They were in primary school. I had a big primary school following when the album came out. And now they're all in, whatever, they got kids, who are in school too. Yeah, I have friends who are bringing their kids to the show because they like Fried Rice Paradise, or they know me from home. So my music is just still going across all generations, and that's something I'm really proud of.
Finally, paradise is a word, a concept, a place, a
Mhm.
state of mind that recurs in your career. What is paradise to Dick Lee?
Paradise is finding that level of peace inside you, no matter what, no matter what you're going through. You just try to get that um, early on in your life. So it's a place you can go to. Once you're there, everything can happen, anything can happen. There will always be negativity. I mean, it's what you want to do about it, If at least if you have this place to go to, rather than you don't have anywhere to go to, then you're just you in the negativity. But now you have this place, you just go in there and shut everything off. And a new mantra that I've learned, I want to share with you that over the last few years is, it's not worth it. Whatever is troubling you, whatever, it's not worth it. Just go to your own paradise.
I love that. I hope that when you perform that last song on stage, you just go like, "This is paradise."
Yeah.
I mean, when I was a kid, just watching you on stage, whether you're hosting, whether you're judging, you still have that same energy that I remember with just that warmth about you. And I'm grateful to see and feel that you still have that. And I hope you never lose that light.
I hope so. I hope another 50 years. I don't know. It's time to just take a step back, but let the next generation, like you guys. You're a great singer too, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah. Listen to your music.
All about you. Okay, I'm gonna leave you now. Thank you so much for your time.
Kiss 92, all the great songs in one place.